The first reason is the backhand grip. When we're talking about the backhand, I'm especially talking on the rear court down here. So let's start about taking a look at the grip. I would advise you to hold on this narrow side or a bit to also this line here. You can put your thumb on the big flat, and that's playing with the racket. You put your thumb on this line. From here you can push with the thumb to create the backhand. It's quite visible, so if you are going to the rear corner down here and you put your thumb on the big plain side, and when you hit it down here, you can see that the racket is actually pointing towards a different court or out of the court. So if I'm going to hit like this, the racket or the shuttle will go in that direction. And that's why I tend to change the grip slightly towards this narrow side, because then when I hit the same shot down here, the strings is actually pointing towards the net, and that's why I'm like this, and it will go directly over the net. If I want to put a cross court, I can change it even more. So this was out of the court, this was straight from the rear corner, and now I'm going all the way to the side. So my thumb is actually just in line with the frame here. So now I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So from the rear backhand corner, do it, and this shuttle will go cross court. And that's the one thing that you have to remember, and that might be why your backhand sucks or is bad or something like that, because there is something wrong with the grip. So now we got the grip right. The next thing we're going to focus on is the elbow. That's not totally random how we are going to use our elbow when we're hitting the shot. I learned when I was a little kid that I need to have a shuttle just here in my armpit. So, and when I'm going to hit the shuttle over my head, that's where the shuttle can fall out of my armpit. So I'll have to start with my racket arm with my elbow close to the body. Then when I'm coming down towards the corner, I will throw my elbow out and hit the shuttle. But when we are getting the elbow out, it's not completely random how we get it out. And that's very important. If we just do like this bird wing, just get it out like this and hit, it will get nothing effect, and there will be no power, and it will be extremely bad. It will be like, so that's mechanical shot. We need to give it some power. And when I say power, it will be more like that kind of sound and that kind of hit. What's happening is when I get the elbow out, my elbow kind of goes upwards. So my hand kind of turns, because when this happens, I can rotate my forearm back and push with my thumb, because we have the grip correct. So I get the elbow out and my forearm kind of rotates down. It's like my thumb, if I do it like with my hand, the elbow goes out and my thumb goes down. I will not just do like this, when my thumb kind of stays in the same way. I'll have to get the elbow out and the thumb down. Because in this situation, now I put in my backhand grip as well, I can hit by kind of rotating here in my elbow and in my forearm. By doing this, I can create the backhand shot. The elbow out, thumb down, and push. And when I say push, it's something in here, but that will be for later tip. I'm just going to show the two variations now. The first one is what we shouldn't do. Go down and do this, you know, the bird wing I just talked about. I'll be a shuttle, come down, bird wing. Make no sense. The thumb kind of stays in the same position. The next one, coming down, putting my elbow up, thumb is pointing down, then I'm hitting. Now we talked about something happening with the grip and the racket and the arms and so on. Now we take a look on the footwork, because that's not completely random how we move our feet as well. There is some crucial moments when we're doing our footwork to the rear backhand corner that we need to be aware of. When we're going to the rear backhand corner, we have to touch the ground with our racket foot. In my case, it's the right leg, just before I hit the shuttle. That will That means when I'm going to hit, now I'll choke with a shuttle, and then I can push away. So that means just when I'm going to hit, my heel touches the ground, I'm rolling up on my toes, I kind of hit, jump, slide backwards, and then I'm pushed back again. Just remember that we're not going to hit the shuttle at the same time as we touch the ground, so it will not look like this, because then we're stuck down here, and if we land kind of on the plain foot, we need to kind of land heel, toe, because then we can push back. So like this, push back, and not like this. You will lose a lot of energy and you can't get away from the corner afterwards. And then we have the last variation, that's we're going to hit and then we land afterwards. That will be something like this. It will be even more difficult to get towards the court. Just be aware of, we are going to hit and then we touch the ground just before we are hitting the shuttle. Heel, toe, then kind of throw ourselves back using our stomach, shoulders back. Really powerful, really tightening up and dragging ourselves back towards it. And these 3 focuses, now it's just up to you to kind of make them work together. And when we are going to make them work together, it must be very fluently and you must be relaxed when you're doing it. And that means when you're going to do a shot from the backhand corner down here, that you cannot be very stiff and tighten up in your body. You kind of have to be relaxed. You have to kind of absorb the ground and all of that. Feel you can jump around. Very relaxed, and then play the shuttle so it will be fluent down. And then when we are going to use the power, we're using it, tightening up, push back, and then relax again. You cannot be totally stiff coming down, in, and then move back again. We need to relax. Because if we're not relaxed, we can't adjust the grip. We will find it difficult to adjust the power. So kind of feel like, you know, these sponge balls or whatever they're called, they just jump around when they hit the ground, they keep jumping. You must feel like that. Must be relaxed in each jump. Going to the corner and back again. And then the last thing, of course, we need to give it some power if you want to get faster away and we want to put our opponent under some kind of pressure. What is generating the power is, as we talked about the elbow. The elbow comes first, the thumb goes down, then we're hitting like this. So this is kind of like a wave. So the elbow goes up, hand comes, and then the racket we push the racket up after. So this is actually what generates the power. If I'm totally stiff here, I will be able to hit like this. My elbow don't come first or anything. If my elbow comes first, it will be like this. It will go directly to the ceiling. And this movement here is basically what happens when I'm doing the clear. I'm just transferring this wave up here when I'm juggling with the shuttle to the rear back corner, elbows first, and then here. So this wave, instead of going like horizontally, it will be more like vertically. But the movement is the same. So that means if I'm going to the rear corner, elbow first, then I can do the backhand.